honor and a great, I'm very grateful because your support has been incredible. Everybody's been calling me that you're on the radio, you're promoting the show, so thank you so very much, Paul, and everybody at the radio.
You're quite welcome, and you are our Artist of the Week here at WHLI, and we're celebrating all week long.
It is, that's incredible. That's very nice. It's a great honor. I mean, I love your radio because you have a great selection of music, and actually, it's like you're playing my whole concert, which is great because you're playing these hits of lifetime, this unforgettable, beautiful song of the past and of the present, because you play also some of nowadays, which is a pleasure to listen to the radio station. I think it's a fantastic format.
Well, thank you for those kind words, and the music that we've added from you only enhanced the playlist that much more. We have 2 discs that we're working from. We have an EP called Italian Signorina containing 5 songs. When did you do that one?
That one I did it 8 years ago, almost 9 actually. When I moved to New York City, I moved from at the time I was living in London. I had wrote a couple of songs myself, Italian Signorina indeed, and I'm a Woman, but Beautiful. And I sent them around, and I got a phone call from BMG in New York City from the team from Clive Davis, and they said I had an enchanting voice.
Yeah,
they invited me to come to New York, and that was the beginning of everything. Actually, those 3 songs were the first song I have ever wrote in English and sang in English. So it was just a beginning of an incredible journey, actually. That city is very special to me.
We're getting a kick out of a number of the songs on that, including, of course, the title tune, Italian Signorina, and I'm a Woman. That is very, very clever. Don't you get it? Don't you get it?
Yeah.
It's great. And then, of course, we have the full-length album, And I Love You So, that we're playing. In fact, in a few minutes, we're going to play Tell Him I Love Him from that disc. This is a wonderful disc and a beautiful picture for the cover.
Thank you so very much. It's done by a great photographer. You need those, right?
Yes, yes. But this is a lovely picture on this album. We're giving it away this week. We have 10 copies that you guys have been tremendously generous in sending over to the station. So we're giving 10 lucky listeners an opportunity all week long to win a copy of it. And tickets for your concert this Saturday night we're giving away.
Whoa.
And in case you didn't hear, folks, Giada is in concert at the Dix Hills Performing Arts Center. We've been talking about this. 7:30 is the start time this Saturday night. Tickets are available at the box office. You can also call them at 631-656-2148 or online at dhpac.org. Get tickets. Joe Sata has a pair to give away later. And I understand Jerry Costanzo is going to be a special guest of yours this Saturday night, so you can both sing your duet.
Exactly. It's going to be the world premiere of our duet, The Little Boat, Jerry and I. Jerry, I know you are a great supporter of Jerry, too. It's a fantastic man, and I've been a fan of his voice since the first time I heard it a couple of months ago, actually, not a long time ago, because it reminds me the voice of some of my favorite singers like Dean Martin and of that generation of great voices. And so I'm always saying to Jerry, you remind me the music of those guys. And he always laughs at me. You know, Jerry's very modest, and he's always like, what are you saying? And I'm like, but I think he's a great gentleman and a wonderful performance. I'm very much looking forward to let our little boat go for the first time in Dixhill this Saturday. So.
And that's from Jerry's new album is called Invitation. It'll be out in April. We've been playing Little Boat for about a month now in advance, and we enjoy it. So not only will you be joining Jerry on stage at your show to do that, but at his release party in the city at the Metropolitan Room on April 2nd, you will once again join him to do the duet Little Boat. So we enjoy Jerry. He kind of reminds me a little bit, if you listen to his voice, you can almost hear the late, great Nat King Cole come through in his voice.
True, you're absolutely right.
Yep.
Yes, it's something, I always say, beautiful voice comes also from the personality, though. I've never met Nat King Cole, Dean Martin, but they came over like they were such a sweet man, and that's exactly like Jerry. Jerry is a nice man, and when he performs, he has this kind of sweetness in his voice that comes from his personality since I know him. So I just love him. So.
That's right. And we wish you the best with the duets 2 times this Saturday night at the Dix Hills Performing Arts Center on your show, and then again his big release party, which is coming up on April 2nd. And interestingly enough, at that show, not only will you be sharing the stage with him to perform Little Boat, but any of our listeners who show up and mention the station are going to get a copy of Jerry's album free that evening, the new Invitation album. So tell me now, take us back to Italy. You were born in what part of Italy?
Venice. I was born and raised in Venice.
And how long did you stay there?
My whole life. Actually, I moved when I was in my 20s. I got married and I moved to Amsterdam, which is in Europe called went from one Venice to another, and I lived there several years, and I started again my music career there, and then I went, and then I came to New York, but I spent basically my whole youth in Venice, which I know many people said, how could you leave Venice? And I'm like, yeah, I never left Venice. I have it in my heart, and I still have my own house in Venice, and every chance I have, of course, I go back. And I mean, it's a special place.
It really is.
Yes, everybody loves the place where it's from. Even I always must also honestly say that I appreciate my own city more now that I live for more than 12 years in another country. I love more now my own country. I can see now the beauty. I can see what other people is talking about. So sometimes you need to take a distance to see the beauty of something. I don't know why. I think it's the way we are made, the human being things to go. I don't know, but I mean, it's a special place.
I've never been there, but I've spoken to people who have, and they say it's the most breathtaking city in the world when you are approaching it from boat. When you are on a ship or something and you approach it, it'll take your breath away, the sight.
It's very special here. I mean, my parents moved outside Venice, so now to go to Venice, when I was going to school, I took music lessons over there. You have to take the train, and you come out of the train, and you step out of the train station, and normally you'll get into the city. There you get into Venice, and that means you have a big plane, and you have just water in front of you, and just very colorful building, and the blue of the water. It's kind of gray, actually. It's not blue because, you know, Venice, the water of Venice is, you don't want to fall in the water in Venice. But it's very special. It's very colorful. It's very, even though there are tourists everywhere because Venice is congested with tourists, there is a kind of, I don't know, it's very calm. It's very romantic. It's something, I can see it now. I mean, when I was living there, I was just like, I hated to go to Venice because it was so congested of tourists. It's a small, if you've never been there, you will expect Venice being a big place, but actually it's a very small little place. And but there are millions of people everywhere in those small city. And the streets are so small. The one that, I mean, only one person can walk. Normally when it rains, Venice is a disaster because the tourists try to have the umbrella open. And you should imagine that the street, some of the streets are even smaller than an umbrella.
Wow.
So you can imagine what kind of chaotic thing. So that's why they try to sell those rain jacket that you can put on, those plastic one.
Right.
That's what I'm wearing too when I go to Venice, because otherwise it's, I mean, you cannot walk. You're stuck in the street with your umbrella, and people is going under your umbrella, and you're there trying to.
Yeah, you should take a gondola then.
I'll take a gondola. Yeah, there's another way to go. It's quite expensive. If you come to the show, you will hear the story also about a gondola. Are kind of expensive, but they are the most romantic things you can do. Me being a Venetian, I've never been on a gondola.
No?
I've been to, no. Oh. You know, it's always like how many people I know that they are from New York City that have never been to the Statue of Liberty. I've been there millions of times.
Yeah.
So, have you ever been to Isles Island and the Statue of Liberty, Paul?
Yes.
Oh, so you're a good one.
Yeah, but I'm
many of my friends New York say, "Oh, we've never been there." I'm like, "Are you kidding me?"
One day I'll make my way to Venice because everybody I talk to says you have to go there. You simply have to go there. Yes. No wonder there's so many tourists. It has a charm all its own. So, anyway, so you moved here and you began your career. You've been recording and performing now for a while. And I tell you, it shows in the work of these discs that we have, And I Love You So, the full-length album, and the 5-song EP, Italian Signorina. There's so much good stuff. Sometimes I don't know what to play. I go, ooh, what should I play? What should I play? They're all pretty darn good here. So in a few minutes I'm going to play. We rotate them. We like to give them equal time. So it's time for Tell 'Em I Love 'Em in a few minutes. But as I said, we enjoy so many of your works. On I don't know how to pronounce this one. Is it La Voglia, La Piazza?
La Voglia e La Pazzia.
La Voglia. The G is silent. La Voglia?
Yeah, La Voglia and La Pazzia.
Yeah, we play that one too.
Oh, thanks.
As I said, on the EP, we are rotating Quando, Italian Signorina, and I'm a Woman. Now, I'm a Woman, as I said, everybody gets a kick out of it because you're so expressive in there, yeah? Don't you? Yeah?
Every time I do the show on stage, first of all, my musicians, they adore that song because they have so much fun playing it because it's full of energy. And the audience is just laughing from the beginning until the end. And people that know the song, they are already expecting, I'm a woman, don't you get it? And also in the end, I'm always saying, I'm a woman, don't forget it. So
right.
Everybody's waiting for the thing, and they look their husband like, you know, that's the message. So it's a fun song. I wrote it with some musicians in Denmark, actually.
Yeah.
I wrote with some incredible jazz musicians over there, and it's always been a fun piece to sing. But if people come to my show, I hope you can make it too, Paul. I mean, as I said, they will expect so much more than in the CD. I love the Carpenters, so there's going to be a wonderful tribute to the Carpenters. I adore the Beatles, and before he passed away, I worked actually with one of the promoters of the Beatles, so it's always an honor to be performing songs of the Beatles. But I love the Doors, so if you come there's going to be Light My Fires. And there's so many. I mean, you will love the whole show, Paul, because basically you've been playing that music all day long.
That's right. That's right. Again, folks, a couple of ways to get your tickets. You can show up at the box office, and then you can call them up, 631-656-2148. That's area code 631-656-2148. Or if you have a computer handy, just go online at their website, dhpac.org. dhpac.org. Get a couple of tickets to see Giada Valenti in person this Saturday night, 7:30 start time. And don't forget now, Joe Sada has another pair of tickets to give away on his show a little bit later. In a few minutes, I'll give you an opportunity to win the full-length album, And I Love You So. And we want to thank Giada Valenti for spending some time this early morning with us. We wish you all the best in the world with your career and the concert coming up this Saturday.
I want to thank you, Paul, and everybody at WHLI. So such a difficult name to say, but I adore you. I will never forget. I mean, I'm very grateful for your support, and I hope to see you and get to meet you personally, all of you, one day soon. Maybe Saturday in Dixhill. You're all welcome to come as my guest, and thank you for this great opportunity. It means the world to me. I mean, being just visiting America, this is just the greatest welcome I could have. So thank you so very much for embracing my music like this.
Well, we thank you for the fabulous music. And we'll see you Saturday night. Take good care of yourself.
Thank you. See you soon and have a great rest of the day.
Thank you.